Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor, nigga.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
So I just today it's gonna be a show where we're gonna be real. This is not the show to come in here with trolling. This is not the show to come in here with stupid comments. I want people to really think about what the fuck they saying before they saying it. I'm not in the fucking mood for dumb shit. I'm not in the mood for your dick sucking ass. And I mean what I said. I'm not in the mood for this dick sucking ass shit. You come in here with some fucking sense, and you come in here with your facts and stats and the truth and be willing to listen. And I want people to be honest. One thing I don't do the sheep. As a matter of fact, let me replay this. And I want you guys to pay close attention to the words that are being spoken in this video.
Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor, nigga.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. This is what we do. Oh, we're going to force y'all to see the truth, whether you like it or not. We're going to force you to see the truth. We're going to give you the proof. We're going to give you the stats. We're going to give you the homework. We're going to give you honest opinion and honest takes and honesty. First and foremost, there's nothing more and nothing bigger than what that is. The truth. It's nothing more important than the truth. Truth over friendship, truth over everything. Truth is what creates friendship, long-lasting friendships, bonds forever. Truth. And what I've seen a lot lately from people that you just would not expect. It's a bunch of lies. You're lying straight to you lying to yourself. You're not even lying to the masses. You lying to yourself. As a matter of fact, let me play that one more time so y'all can really understand what I'm talking about. One more time.
Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor, nigga.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
So just in case you didn't get it the first 2 times, this is what this show is about. It's sickening what we are witnessing right now. It's sickening. So many people so many people right now is just so infatuated with jumping on the biggest and prettiest and most popular. They don't care if they sacrifice their own integrity, their own morals. They don't care about any of that. What am I talking? What is Mike talking about now? What is Mike talking about now? You guys know, you see the name of the show. You guys see the name of the show. Y'all see it for yourself. You see it for yourself, your own two eyes. Lamar Jackson BS. And it's getting to a point where it's so disgusting, it is sad. People spent their entire careers searching for respect. They're searching for respect. And in the moment that they not playing anymore, all respect and all morals go out of the window. Just to jump on the bandwagon so they can get another check. If you guys have not seen it already, head over to 6-Man K Styles. Put out a short. And then that short, some guy that I lost all respect for, just like I got no more respect for this guy. Zero. I'm saying this more and more time and time again now. I'm saying this so much right now. It's sad. What am I talking about? Let me say this. Lamar Jackson is the standard now. Steve Smith believes there is no one better in the league than the Ravens quarterback. Mm-hmm. Yep. You see it for yourself. Ask you a question. What is your honest opinion? Everybody's honest opinion about this before I give my take. Your honest opinion. What do you think about this particular statement? But you see it for yourself. It's here. All these people talking about, oh, nobody ever said Lamar was better than Patrick Mahomes. You see it for yourself. These are football players who are saying this. Me and K-Style didn't make up some narrative that a lot of y'all like to say that we make up. Mike, didn't nobody say that. Y'all making up stuff. You and K-Style always trying to start trouble. Y'all always trying to say stuff that nobody said. Well, you see it right here. What is your honest opinion about this take? You see it for yourself. Mm-hmm. You see it for yourself. These are not narratives that's being created by Man Mike Sports and 6-Man K Style. You see it for yourself. Mm-hmm. The crazy stuff. It's to the point where you look at yourself and you're like, wow. Mm-hmm. This is one of the most disgusting statements I have ever heard any player ever make. And this is who the NFL Network and ESPN, this is who these son of bitches put in front of our kids who want to learn the game, who should be learning the game. This is who they put on the stage and put a mic on. You're supposed to put the most educated and gifted people. If I wanted my kid to play the game, they wanted to play the game, I wanted them to be able to get the proper knowledge, the right knowledge, to learn the game, the truth about the game. Why would I want him to sit in front of Steve Smith saying something like this? Because it's about honesty. It's about honesty. And this is a dishonest statement. This is a dishonest statement. And let's call it for what it is. It's a brainwashing statement. This is what we're talking about. We talk about conditioning kids. This is one of these statements that conditions kids. Because you want them to play a certain style and to think a certain way. You say stupid shit like this. This is a conditioning and this is a brainwashing technique. My thing is this is the same guy that went out of his way to garner respect. That complained every chance he got when he did not get the ball from said quarterback. When Cam Newton was running too damn much, Steve Smith was complaining. When he wasn't getting the ball, there was nobody more it was no player on that team, and there wasn't many guys in the league that were complaining more than this guy when he wasn't getting the ball. When Cam Newton was running for 150, 100 yards, 150 yards in the game, and he was barely touching the ball, oh, he wasn't happy. He complained every chance he got as a wide receiver. And now as a fucking wide receiver, you have a mitigated gall to sit up here and state that he's the best quarterback. He's not even getting the ball in the hands of his fucking quarterbacks. There's no one better quarterback than the Ravens quarterback, Lamar Jackson. There's no one. This is exactly why ESPN, this is exactly why NFL Network is going south, and it's going south fast. You go on ESPN, it's a LeBron fest. LeBron talking about politics. LeBron talking about everything and anything in the world. LeBron. You turn on ESPN, oh, LeBron, he went shopping. Oh, LeBron went to the NFL Network. Oh, LeBron went to a high school. Oh, my God, LeBron. And you wonder why other teams and wonder why other fans of teams don't give a shit. When was the last time and LeBron and the Cowboys? When the last time you showed anything on Trae Young? Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks are playing out of their fucking mind, but they don't get a single fucking moment on ESPN because they talking about LeBron brushing his fucking teeth on ESPN. How am I supposed to teach my kid how to be a great athlete and a great teammate if you sucking guys off? So let me show you something. Let me show y'all some numbers. All right. So when you talk about these quarterbacks, look at these numbers. You tell me that there's no one quarterback in the NFL that is better than Lamar Jackson right now? Let me just show y'all something. You see it for yourself. These guys' numbers are damn near identical. Lamar, I mean, Patrick played one game in his rookie year. So these guys are literally around the same. They came in around essentially the same time as far as the playing, and they got essentially the exact same numbers as far as playing time and games played outside of the playoffs. You look at 2018, 1,200, 19, 31, 27, 28, 22, 36, 4,100 yards for a grand total of 20,000 yards. You see it for yourself. These numbers, you see it for yourself. And then we got a guy like Steve Smith going out his way and said there's no better quarterback in the NFL than Lamar Jackson. He is now the standard. And then you look at this particular guy on the left and Patrick Mahomes. The first time he was named the starter as a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Look at his number. Look what he did in his first fucking opportunity as the guy. $5,000 yards, nearly 5,100 yards passing in his rookie debut as a quarterback. 50 fucking touchdowns. 5,050 touchdowns. 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. In his first full season as the starter for the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what the crazy part about this too? Let me do some numbers right there. I need to see something. This is why. You look at this. This is why this is an insane comment. This guy and Lamar Jackson. And you look at Patrick Mahomes this year. Lamar Jackson threw for 244 more yards than Patrick Mahomes. And this is supposed to be the quarterback in the NFL that's by far better than any quarterback. And he only threw for 244 less yards for 244 more yards than Patrick Mahomes. Granted that the Kansas City Chiefs lost a lot of weapons. So nobody can sit up here and say, oh, Patrick Mahomes got more weapons. Well, Kansas City lost a lot of weapons. And a lot of these guys to injuries. Pacheco, for the most part, the only two guys that have been really healthy for that offense is literally Gray and Kelsey. So you can't sit up here and say, well, Patrick Mahomes had all these weapons. Patrick Mahomes didn't have Derrick Henry. Patrick Mahomes didn't have one of the top offensive lines. In fact, they had one of the worst offensive lines in the game. On top of that, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes played in one less game. And he still he still barely threw for more yards than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes sat out a game this year. What was considered a down year on top of it. This was considered a down year for Patrick Mahomes. Sat out the last game because they clinched for the playoffs, the number 1 seed. And this dude still barely only threw for 244 more yards. And this is what we call an MVP that is far better than any quarterback in the league. So when you look at these numbers, I have a question for everybody in the chat right now. On what level is Lamar Jackson better than this guy? Because we see Patrick Mahomes. Does Patrick Mahomes not improvise? Is he not one of the better improvisers? I'm talking about when you look at a guy that can improvise and extend the plays. Run around. Like Patrick Mahomes has been doing this for years. So why all of a sudden when you look at Lamar Jackson, who's just now starting to do this type of stuff, improvising, buying time in the pocket so he can throw, Patrick Mahomes been doing this his entire career. And I do not agree with him even having a better year, Southside. I don't even believe that. Have you ever been a quarterback and you have no weapons? When you have to be the source of the offense, you have to dumb down your game and not be as aggressive when you don't have the weapons on. All you have is Gray and Kelsey and Pacheco, who's always hurt. I don't even believe that. In what way is Lamar Jackson better than Patrick Mahomes? In fact, I can go out of my way and say in what way is he better than Joe Burrow? Anybody, y'all remember that guy? Y'all remember Joe Burrow? Did we not just see Joe Burrow play this year? Did we not see his number this year? His numbers are far better than Lamar Jackson's. If we being honest, 41-4. Joe Burrow, 49, 18, 43 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. What are we talking about? And this is without a Derrick Henry on this roster. He's far better than any quarterback in the league. And the crazy part about it, John, he said it's from the shoulders up, not his legs, not his passing game. That is like that right there in itself is so fucking stupid in itself. How are you on your third offensive coordinator, third, fourth offensive coordinator? And the reason why they bring in all these offensive coordinators is because you can't get you're talking about a guy that can't get the offense right. He has no chemistry with his wide receivers. No chemistry with his wide receiver, but we're sitting up here talking about this guy is what? He's head and shoulders. Like that just say head. If you look at his that just say head up, right? What makes him so smart? What makes Lamar so intelligent? They run the same 5 plays over and over again. What is there to be intelligent? What is there to be smart about? Lamar runs around, run the RPO, get the ball out of his hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, get the ball to Likely, get the ball to Andrews. Occasionally he'll get the ball to Bateman. Like what is there to be intelligent about? When you look at Lamar Jackson, what is there to be the most intelligent about? Name an instance where you said, damn, that was a smart play by Lamar. Like I said, I'm gonna leave these numbers up so these people can see this. You talk about a guy that has played almost the same amount of games as Lamar Jackson, and this dude has 12,000 more passing yards than him. 12,000 more passing yards than this guy. That is 3 seasons more with the same amount of games. Okay, this guy have 3 seasons more than Lamar Jackson, and these guys have played almost the exact same amount of games. And we're talking about a guy that, again, 50 freaking touchdowns, 5,000 in his first full year as an NFL quarterback. Are you kidding me? So when you look at this, it's like, where's the truth? When have I seen in a Ravens game that I said, wow, this dude is better than Patrick Mahomes? I've never seen one game where I said Lamar Jackson is better than Patrick Mahomes. I've never seen one game that I said to myself, this guy's better than Patrick Mahomes. Head up. We talking about shoulders up. Name one game where you saw, all right, Lamar Jackson is an elite passer. I want one game where you said this guy is better than Patrick Mahomes. These guys have played almost the exact same number of games. And this guy's got 3 years worth of passing yards more than Lamar. And we're talking about Lamar Jackson. There's no one in the league better than him. Then he got 3 Super Bowls on top of it. We forgot about that part. We forgot about the winning part. Do I have to bring up the wins? Do we have to bring up the wins? Because I think we probably do. Because this is really interesting. Because I like to get behind the stats, the facts. These guys have played almost the exact same amount of time in the league, right? Does anybody want to know? Does anybody want to know how many more wins that Patrick Mahomes has? Because it's supposed to be about stats. It's supposed to be about the winning. It's supposed to be about the championships. And in no category is this guy better than Patrick Mahomes. In no category. Patrick Mahomes has 104 career victories. Lamar Jackson has 74. This guy has 30 more wins than Lamar Jackson. So if it ain't about the stats, which he has 12,000 more passing yards than Lamar, he has 245 career touchdowns to Lamar 166, I believe. Then you look at the run loss record, it's 104 to 74. So there only leaves one category that you have to. And that one has to be what? The rushing yards. Lamar Jackson has 6,000 career rushing yards. Patrick Mahomes, 2,200. And this is a quarterback that prefers to stay in the pocket. He still has 22 career rushing, 2,200 career rushing yards. So my thing is like, all right, so if we're talking about he's the smartest quarterback in what? Because none of this makes sense. This is exactly why we talking about guys like Steve Smith. Look, these motherfuckers are literally on national TV. These guys are on national TV. Let me say this again. These guys are on national TV singing lullabies, singing hymns, praising Lamar Jackson. Go to 3 Super Bowls, then you will enter this Mahomes conversation. I mean, I even give him a break on that. I'll just say go to a Super Bowl. Just go to a Super Bowl. Jackson's style of achieving the same objective, winning, is it the total package of his ability to use his athleticism? I I don't compare the rushing yards. Also, you must broaden your lens of a quarterback comparison. Are you saying that we should? Yeah, let me know what you mean by that. Because no. I got it, John. I got him because I want to know what he's talking about. Because this is exactly what we talking about. Because I got something for that ass. Tell me what you mean by broaden your lens as far as a quarterback concerned. These guys out here singing love songs and to Lamar Jackson for what? Because he won a playoff game? These dudes are bringing out choirs because he won a playoff game. You won a playoff game. I think this is like his third or fourth career playoff game that he's won, and they're bringing out the choir because of this. So all these dudes, because that's the thing when you talk about his style of achieving the objective is winning. I mean, so does cheating. The Patriots was cheating for years. They was filming everybody. So if the objective is winning, does it really matter about how he doing it? Because winning is the objective, whether it's passing, running, cheating. Does it really matter how you win? Because if that's the case, then Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, they should be the greatest of all time because the wins is what matters. Because they won championships. They won games. They broke records when they're talking about the most wins that they won as far as divisional wins and all that time. Most divisional wins in a row, playoff games, in-season games. Like these guys almost went undefeated in a season. Lamar have done none of that. The Ravens haven't done any of that under Lamar. So we want to redefine, and the crazy part about this is why this statement in itself is so uneducated. This is an uneducated statement because a lot of you football fans feel as though like Lamar Jackson is redefining what football is all about. The football game has always been about quarterbacks who can move around. Anybody heard of Roger Staubach, Arch Manning? Arch Manning been doing this for years. Did we not see Steve McNair? Did we not see Donovan McNabb? Did we not see Randall Cunningham? Did we not see any of these guys? So why all of a sudden when Lamar does these things and he gets an extra game to set these records too, that's another thing they will not tell you. And this is one of the main reasons why the NFL, they love stats and they want to redefine how player greatness is, because this is why this is the honest truth, and the truth of the matter behind is when we talk about these numbers. Lamar Jackson, Randall Cunningham was doing the Lamar shit when he was in the league. Did we not see Brett Favre? Brett Favre will run around and improvise. Like he's the guy. When you talk about improvising, I don't think anybody in the league was better than Brett Favre. When you talk about improvising, running around in the pocket, his ability to use his leg and make the throw, nobody better than Brett Favre, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck about your look. Answer the damn question. You didn't answer the damn question. What do you mean? What do you mean? How about I want to beat around the bush when it comes down to this dumbass Lamar shit? Get to the fucking point. I'm saying Lamar's style of play at quarterback has been dismissed by the end. No, it hasn't. This is exactly all your degrees. That shit don't mean nothing. Fuck you and your damn degrees. What the fuck a degree got to do with research and history? We literally just said Lamar. We literally saw Mike Vick in 2000, Brett Favre, Randall Cunningham, Arch Manning. Ever heard of them guys? This ain't the first time we've seen something like Lamar Jackson. What are you talking about? It's been dismissed by the NFL since when? Terry Bradshaw was doing this in the 70s, running around and using his legs. What are you talking about? Dante Culpepper, Cordell Stewart, what are you talking about? Slash, like, what are you talking about? You people, you Lamar Jackson fans, your head is so far up his ass, you don't even take the time out to read a fucking Google. Just Google quarterbacks improvising. Some of the greatest of all time have done exactly what we're saying Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson is doing it, and it's gospel. He's the only one that's ever done it in the history of the NFL. Slinging Sammy ball. We can go on and on with quarterbacks who's had the ability to improvise and move around in the pocket. What are you talking about? This game, the mobile quarterback, the quarterback, the abilities. Do you even realize the NFL game never even started with the forward pass? Well, I should say the deep forward pass. See, this is the stuff. This is why you guys are uneducated. See, here this dick sucker. Oh, this is the first time you seen this on the first. All right, this is the first time we seen it. If this is the first time we seen it, let me show you something real quick. Let me show y'all some numbers, because you Lamar Jackson fans say this is the first time we've seen this. See, this is how out of touch these Lamar Jackson fans are. They head so far up his ass, they don't even realize how bad they are. This is the first time that we ever seen a quarterback This is the first time we've ever seen a quarterback with these numbers before. Are you kidding me? I got a quarterback. Look, I'm gonna bring up a quarterback. I'm gonna bring up a quarterback that all y'all gonna love. Because you see Larry Lee. This is the first time you've seen the quarterback on this level put up these numbers before, which is insane to say. All right, so I thought. I see. This is why I wanted to have this live, because these players, 2011. All right, 2011, 2012. If this is the first time we've ever seen this, can you explain this quarterback that we all know and love? His name is Cameron Newton. Everybody heard of Cam Newton? Because according to you fans, this is the first time we've ever seen this in a quarterback. This is the first time we've ever seen Lamar Jackson numbers in a quarterback. According to this Larry Lee, this is the first time, and this is a high level. This is the first time that we've seen this in a quarterback. See, this is how ill-informed that you guys are. You guys have no clue what you're talking about because your head is so far up his ass, you don't even realize this. Cam Newton in 2011 had 4,021 touchdowns. Guess how many rushing yards that he had? Anybody want to take a guess how many rushing yards Cam Newton had that year? Because this, according to Larry Lee, this is the first time, we've seen him on a higher level. This is the first time we've ever seen these numbers out of a quarterback. See, this is how ill-informed these people, this is exactly how ill-informed, this is how uneducated these people are. They put up a whole bunch of numbers. Thank you, Jay. There you go, my brother. Cam Newton, 4,000 yards, 700 yards passing. But this is the first time that we've ever seen this in a quarterback, at a higher level. Yeah. 700 plus yards. So if it wasn't for a few sacks, his rushing numbers would have been a lot better. And this is what Cam was even talking about. See, it's time for you Lamar Jackson fans to get out of La La Land and go to reality. We need you guys to come back to reality. This is not me making this up. This ain't me up. Y'all hating on the black man. And Cam Newton did this in 16 games. Let me say that. Cam Newton did that in 16 games. He didn't need an extra yard. He didn't need an extra game to put up those numbers, to become the first quarterback to throw for 5,800 plus yards. He didn't need an extra game to do that. Cam Newton did that in 16 games. Oh, did y'all know that though? So we're gonna throw Cam Newton in a long list of quarterbacks and mobile quarterbacks and quarterbacks that can move around. We're gonna throw him away because Lamar Jackson is doing it now. We're just gonna throw Cam Newton away like it never happened. We're gonna throw him away. Let's throw Cam Newton away like he never even played. Not like he never even played. Oh, we don't want to talk about Cam Newton though, because guess what? Lamar Jackson is doing it right now. See, when you bring up truth, when you put the numbers behind the words, they like to disappear. I mean, you can throw a guy like Aaron Rodgers in there also, who rushed for about 400 yards in the season. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is right here for you guys. You can hear it for yourself. You can see it for yourself. So Lamar needed an extra game to do what Cam Newton did in one season, in 16 games. He needed an extra game to do what Cam Newton did. He needed an extra game to do what Cam Newton did in 16 games. But I'm supposed to believe that Lamar Jackson is the only guy, and we've never seen this before. He's doing it on a higher level. So like I said, what we like to do around here is present people with facts. The fact of the matter is Lamar having a good year? Absolutely. Is Lamar Jackson the MVP of in the entire league? Absolutely not. That's an unpopular take. I don't give a shit. The true MVP of this particular this year goes to one person and one person alone. And I had time to really think about this. It's Derrick Henry. It's Derrick Henry. This dude is literally rushing for 2,000 yards and nobody gives a damn. Over 1,900 yards rushing, he's still going, and people still don't care because they head is so far up Lamar's ass, it's ridiculous. How can you rush for 1,900 yards in a season, and he's done this before? So let's not act like it's all because of Lamar Jackson, because he's done this shit before. And nobody cares. Nobody cares that it's happening. Nobody cares that this dude is rushing for 1,900 yards. And like, this dude is just effortlessly doing this shit. And nobody cares. Nobody's saying Derrick Henry is the real MVP. Nobody cares. Oh, it's just Derrick Henry being Derrick Henry. His style is not unorthodox. We've seen this before. Like, bro, he's nothing more than Randall Cunningham. We've seen Michael Vick do the exact same. What are you talking about? We've seen Michael Vick do this. We've seen Aaron Rodgers do this. We've seen Brett Favre do this. We've seen all these quarterbacks improvise, running around. Like these guys, we've seen this before from Lamar. We've seen Lamar's game before. Nothing about Lamar's game is unique and special. Nothing. So the crazy part about this comment, and you guys let me know what you think about this. This is his statement. Okay? So this is his statement. It is not viewed as the purest, as correct way that the NFL, that the quarterback position should be played. Most don't believe that you can achieve sustained winning with this type of quarterback play. Then tell me why a guy like Andy Reid exists if they don't think. Tell me why a guy like Peyton, why time and time again will we see guys like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, all these guys are being drafted. Again, we talking about this is how the NFL started. The NFL started as a mobile quarterback league. A quarterback, you had to have a quarterback who can move around. So where are you guys getting the narrative that this is not how they view quarterbacks? There was a period in time in the NFL where they did not want to have a mobile quarterback, that there was a time in the period where they would prefer to have pocket quarterback that stand in the pocket, they were deemed as quarterback because, to be honest, a lot of those mobile quarterbacks were often injured. So they changed the games, they changed the rules of the game, and they changed how they wanted to start scouting quarterbacks. They wanted more pocket quarterbacks because they thought the pocket quarterback was safer. And then when you had guys like Dan Marino, Dan Fouts, Drew Bledsoe, all these types of guys, they came in, and the injuries pretty much stayed the exact same. Detroit Aikmans of the world. All these quarterbacks that were deemed at that particular time pocket quarterbacks, when they were getting the exact same results, the Chris Chandlers of the world, they were getting the exact same results they were getting with mobile quarterbacks, then it became much more acceptable to say, all right, it really doesn't matter the style of quarterback. You got to end up protecting the quarterback. And that's when it came right back into the game with the running the ball. Whether you're using your quarterback or using your offensive line, building the offensive line, and having a running back. But the game started off as mobile quarterback. So even this statement in itself, there's partial truth to it, because you're talking about a time in the game. But when you look at the truth, when you look at the NFL from where it started to where it's now, nothing about Lamar's game is different. Nothing about Lamar's game is unique at all. We've seen this before. So he's saying what you're saying is Lamar Jackson is the only quarterback that matters. That's what it seemed like to me. He's the only type of quarterback, this type of quarterback wins big consistently. The argument, he ain't won shit. There's no evolution in the game if the game has been the same. What do we? You using terms, you don't know what the fuck you even talking about. Evolution in the game. That's not evolution if it's coming right back to the same shit that we was before. That's not evolution. Do you even know what the word evolution means? And this is the guy that say he got how many damn degrees? With a name like Hucklebuck, talking about he got degrees. Do you even know what evolution means? Okay, we're talking about different kinds. That's what evolution means. Different kinds. It develops from a prototype. Okay? An advancement. There's no advancement when you talk about a quarterback that we've seen before. We've seen this before. That's not evolution. Evolution means it evolves from a certain style of play or a certain style, and that certain style gets better, advanced. You see it. I've seen Lamar before. There's nothing about Lamar game that say, all right, he's better than this. Even if you look at, let's just say Lamar Jackson, let's just use this for an example. Because you saying it's evolution. than that, because the game and Lamar Jackson, his game has evolved. Does anybody know what Michael Vick's 40 time was? Because according to Hucklebuck, this is the first time. No, that's not it. That's not evolution. Evolving. Evolve. It's 360. That's not, no, that's that's not evolving, sir. That's called life. Evolving. Evolve. Michael Vick ran a 4.3. They clocked him. They had one thing had him clocked at a 4.33, and he was clocked at a 4.22 in his 40 time, which was the fastest ever at a quarterback position. So according to Hucklebuck, the quarterback position has evolved because Lamar Jackson's 40 time is a 4.34. So what exactly are we evolving from? Because the guy that was the prototype, Michael Vick, we've never seen any quarterback been able to throw that. And he's gotten better, according to you. The guy ain't even winning. You said he's evolving because he wins. Well, he doesn't even have the most wins. Lamar doesn't have the most passing yards. He doesn't have the most wins. He doesn't have the most championships. So what exactly are we evolving from? Well, if you want to say he's evolving, we're talking about what? A guy that wins, puts up a whole bunch of numbers, and he loses, then yeah. Devolving, if you more likely, but damn, you talking about he's evolving because he's winning. He's not winning a damn thing. The hell is he winning? Lamar has weapons, LAJ, and the thing about me, the disrespect for that offensive line, the disrespect for Likely, Andrews, Flowers, like y'all act like these guys are trash, and that dude still can't. This is the first year that he's thrown for 4,000 yards. First year in his entire career. He's talking about Lamar Jackson is evolving because we've never seen a quarterback with this particular skill set win before, when we actually have. Can't have people mad because he was doing the dab, and have people mad because he was popping. I think y'all like Lamar because he's faster. I don't know, but the numbers are still there. And that's why I brought up Cam Newton, because people act like Cam Newton don't exist. Cam Newton was the first quarterback to have 4,700. He was the first quarterback to do that. And he did it in less games. Everybody act like Lamar is the standard. Like, no, if anybody's the standard, we talk about a mobile quarterback, a quarterback that can move around, improvise, get rushing yards, get touchdowns. Man, Cam Newton was throwing for 25 touchdowns and 15 rushing touchdowns. This dude was putting up 40 touchdowns a year, and passing 4,000. Y'all act like he don't even exist no more. Like Cam Newton, they had to give Lamar an extra game to do what Cam Newton did, and we up here talking about Lamar Jackson is the standard. No, it's Cam Newton, and we got this punk pussy ass wide receiver here who used to be his teammates up here talking about he's the standard. The standard of what? I got Joe Burrow giving me 5,043 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Like, I got that. What is his standard at? I got Josh Allen doing that, and this guy, he doing it with James Cook, Kenyon Coleman. No disrespect to these guys, but like, they're not superstar wide receivers. Like, bro, like, look, Cam was doing that damn thing. I hated to see Cam coming home because it was that bitch, that damn stadium was gonna be sold the fuck out with Falcons and Carolina fans, and a lot of people from Atlanta was cheering for both sides because Cam is an Atlanta dude. Look, the style of play that even Lamar is doing, Patrick Mahomes been doing this for the last 8 years, running around improvising. The only difference that Patrick Mahomes is that he improvises. He runs around to improvise to pass the ball. Lamar runs around to run. To be an actual, he doesn't care about being an actual quarterback. He runs around so he can run for first downs. Patrick Mahomes runs around so he can extend plays and get it to his wide receivers. That's why his wide receivers love playing with him. That's how he can make guys out of Rashee Rice. That's how he can make a guy like Tyreek Hill, who was absolutely a low draft pick. Okay, look at what he did to Tyreek Hill. Anybody want to know who Tyreek Hill is? Because some of y'all must have forgot what he was. Anybody want to know what Tyreek Hill, when he was drafted? That dude was a 5th round pick. Got with Patrick Mahomes and became a fucking superstar. Oh, he got the more quarterbacks. He got the best coaches. He got the... Oh, man, shut up. On one, for years and years and years, and I got to tell you, for years and years and years, we said that Matt Ryan numbers didn't matter. Why? Because he wasn't winning. That he couldn't get out of the first round, he couldn't get out of the second round, he couldn't get to the... None of that mattered. None of all of those stats that Matt Ryan was putting up mattered. Why? Because he didn't win and he didn't get us to a Super Bowl. Now, all of a sudden, when it pertains to Lamar Jackson, he putting up all these numbers, all these regular season numbers, and he's a GOAT, and he can barely get out of second round. Y'all want to redefine what greatness is when it comes down to players that you like. And thank you, dear Lord, for the $5 holla. Fran Tarkenton had 3,600 yards, 3,600 yards rushing in the 60s and 70s, and 32 career rushing touchdowns. Nothing new under the sun. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. We got guys like Fran Tarkenton. They was around. This is nothing new, people. Lamar Jackson is not new to the NFL. We've seen quarterbacks run around before. We've seen mobile quarterbacks before. This is nothing new. Like Cam Newton and Josh Allen, yes, what's happening? Like, bro, like these, we've seen it. We like nobody talking about Josh Allen's career. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is gonna be a good game because Josh Allen, when he's on, this dude is unfucking stoppable. Because not only is he a threat rushing, but this dude can look. He's become a much better quarterback than I wouldn't say anticipated, but he became a better quarterback. Why? Because he doesn't have those weapons anymore. So we can't point the finger and say, "Yep, it's because of the wide receivers." He doesn't have those wide receivers now, and he's still putting up numbers. And he's arguably the MVP of the season. Tell me this. If Lamar Jackson didn't have a top 10 defense every year, would he still be MVP? If Lamar Jackson didn't have a top offensive line and a top 5, a top 10 offensive line every year, would he still be MVP? If Lamar Jackson didn't, for the last 5 to 6 years or so, did not have a top 3, top 5 rushing offense, would he still be this? Because Lamar Jackson isn't dealing with what Patrick Mahomes is dealing with this year. Patrick Mahomes has gotten hit more time this year than a lot of quarterbacks are getting hit. He got one of the worst tackle duos in the league right now, and somehow this dude is still 15-1, whatever the hell the record is. They got some of the worst tackles in the league, and somehow they find a way to win. He done lost Rashee Rice, a lot of these guys to injuries. They lost two wide receivers to injury this year, and this guy they still got the best record in the league. Tremaine, Fran Tarkenton, Randall Cunningham, Cam Newton, Michael Vick, they evolved the way before. Like all these players, and that's what's frustrating. Like we act like Michael Vick wasn't a better athlete and more exciting than Lamar. Bro, ain't nothing exciting about Lamar Jackson. I've seen this before. If I'm gonna be real, I hate to say this, but I've seen Tim Tebow. I've seen what he done in Tim Tebow in college. There's nothing about Lamar Jackson's game that I haven't seen before. Nothing. Before Michael Vick, we have never seen a quarterback with that skill and that level of athleticism before. We've never seen that in the quarterback. Michael Vick is the greatest athlete that the quarterback position has ever had. And it ain't even close. We've seen guys like Steve Young, act like Steve Young don't even exist. We ain't seen nothing. We've seen nothing like Lamar, but Cam came out, and that was a few years ago. Y'all too damn fast. Y'all forget too fast. That was just a few years ago. Study the history of the comments before you speak, and that's the thing I'm talking about. Like, I love to see quarterbacks evolve, but he's not evolving. Lamar isn't getting better. Lamar Jackson is exactly where he's been for the last 3 years. A quarterback that does not make mistakes. That's the best part of his game. Lamar Jackson does not make mistakes, and I've said this time and time again. But you gotta make plays when you need your quarterback to make plays, and this is why in the playoff they lose, because Lamar Jackson can't get them over the hump. And at some point of time, we got to stop pointing their fingers. Oh, you ain't got a quarterback. Man, I've seen Aaron Rodgers lose 2 starting quarterbacks, wide receivers in the playoffs, and this dude still find a way to get it done. Lamar Jackson lose one wide receiver, and it's the end of the world. It's everybody else's fault. I've seen Matt Ryan throw for 4,000 yards without a number 1, number 2, 3 receiver, and they fine. I've seen Peyton Manning. I've seen Drew Brees. I've seen Tom Brady throw into a bunch of screws before, and he still put up numbers. But when it comes down to Lamar, when he loses, if he loses, it's all the wide receivers' fault. It's the team fault. So we got to think A lot of people just be saying stuff and they don't even take the time out to think about what they saying. You saying crazy stuff. Ain't nothing about Lamar Jackson's game right now is special or unique. I've seen this before. This ain't the first time that I've seen the quarterback throw for what? 39, 40 touchdowns in less than and 4 interceptions. I've seen that before. That's a feat in itself. That's a great feat in itself. Yeah. Oh, we know that. Oh, Prime definitely gonna take that job, bro. If he's offered that job, Prime definitely gone. And like I said yesterday, if he's offered that job, he's definitely out of there. He's always wanted to be a head coach, so like in the NFL. So it doesn't even surprise me. And here, right here, this is another one. Thanks, John. Right there, do your homework. Like Jared Goff, nobody telling about the evolution of his game right now. He's playing well as a quarterback. Steve Young, like we've seen all these before. We've seen this before. So the point is, when we talk about the truth of the matter, I don't care about what your feelings are. What I don't like when we get these line ass players like Steve Smith, and I wish somebody would tag him and he would come on this show because I bring up these exact same points. You played with Cam Newton. You played against Matt Ryan. You played against Tom Brady. You played against Drew Brees. You played against Phillip Rivers. And you lowering the standards of those guys are the true greats and true quarterbacks. We grew up seeing Troy Aikman. But you want to lower the standards because of Lamar Jackson. And then you want to talk about the rules of the game and how the game has gotten soft. You want to say the game gotten soft, and then you want to praise the quarterback that's benefiting from said rules. Like this is the hypocrisy in the media and these players. This is the hypocrisy when it comes down to these players and former players is what I'm talking about. The Ryan Clarks, to sit up here and say that Lamar Jackson, he needs to win for the black community. The fuck does that mean? Does Patrick Mahomes, because his mother is white, he doesn't count as a black man? Because that's what you're saying to me. That's what it means to me, because y'all don't want to claim Patrick Mahomes. Maybe it's because of his white wife. Maybe it's because of his white mother. Maybe it's because you guys don't like the fact that Taylor Swift is at all their games supporting her man. Maybe it's because of that. But a nigga put some Jordans on, wear a do-rag, and say, "Hey, shawty, y'all, oh, damn, he like us." Is that the reason why y'all don't want to praise Patrick Mahomes? Y'all getting sick of Patrick Mahomes now? There's too many white people around him. Is that the case? Is that the case? There's too many white people around Patrick Mahomes. That's probably the problem. That's probably the issue. Patrick Mahomes is too white, and he got too many white people around him. Millie, that's right there. Look, Patrick Mahomes this man got 3 Super Bowl. Ain't nobody saying, all right, ain't nobody praising this guy the way they praise. Like, come on. And this is allegedly a down year. This is allegedly a down year for Patrick Mahomes, and the guy that's supposed to be the MVP only threw for 244 more yards than Patrick Mahomes on a down year for Patrick Mahomes. And they got the number 1 seed on top of it. That's the crazy part. 15-2 on a down year. But it's about winning. Oh, Lamar is winning. What about that boy with Kansas City? He winning. He 15-2. He's 15-2, and nobody's saying, "Oh man, he's the great." Look, this dude Patrick Mahomes just finds a way to win, even when he don't have a receiver, a number 1, a number 2. Even when his wide receiver, his running back is out with a broken leg. Even when his 2 tackles are some of the worst tackles in the damn league, he finds a way to get it done. And this is the truth. This is exactly what it. All they saying is Lamar need to win something for hood Negroes. That's all y'all saying to me. That's what we hear. Cause some of these black players don't fit in with the black community because they not hood. The rules in today's game benefits the quarterback tremendously, and we all know that. It's not even a question. The rules of the game greatly benefits them. If you had Michael Vick playing in this fucking league, Jesus Christ. Woo, Lord have mercy. If Michael Vick in this, man, look, do you know how, oh my God. Woo. Michael Vick played in this league at this time? Man, come on, bro. Ain't nobody even thinking about no Lamar Jackson if Vick played in his era. Stop it. Stop it. This dude on a down year, 15-2 and 244 yards less than the MVP. On a down year, he's still the number 1 seed. Man, get the hell out of my face, man. Above the shoulders, he's the best quarterback. Huh? How are you 15-2 on a down year? Make sense for me. I know people hate when the same player or team keep winning. Look, me, I love it. I love to see dominance. I love to see the Chicago Bulls. I love to see the Lakers. I love to see the Spurs when they went back to back. I love to see Golden State. Like, I love to see the dominant. Like, because it makes the NFL and players and other teams step up their game. Because it becomes a matter of like, hey, bro, we got to make sure that we get. We got to bring our A game when we playing Kobe and Shaq, Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, managing Ginobili. Like, we got to bring our game. So I love it when I see dominant teams like that. Like, shit, look, step your game up. You want to beat them. Y'all so mad at them. Like, look, somebody got to beat them. The only thing I did not like about the Patriots era is, like, I even love the Patriots era. I'm going to just be real, because guess what? Somebody had to step up, whether the Steelers, the Ravens, the Colts. It made great television. I love it when I see dominant teams like that. Step your game up. If you feel like they are the best, step your game up. Like nobody talks about his teammates like Henry. Like I said, Henry is the real MVP of that team, bro. That dude rushed for almost 2,000 yards and ain't nobody talking about him. Nobody cares about him at all. When Georgia played Bryce. And like I said, I loved it. I love when I saw Alabama, Georgia back. It made for great TV. It forced people to step up, teams to step their game up. You're gonna get embarrassed if you didn't come ready to play Alabama. You're gonna get embarrassed if you didn't come to play Georgia. Bro, you're gonna get embarrassed if you didn't come to play Shaq and Kobe, LeBron, D Wade, and them. You're gonna get embarrassed, bro. Like, I love it. I love when I see dominant teams. Like, don't hate on the Chiefs because they winning. Do something about it. The Steelers did something about the Patriots. The coach did something about the Patriots. You know, they did something about it. Shit, we almost, and then, you know, we blew it. But like I said, at the end of the day, the only way to shut them up is win. So now y'all want to put Patrick Mahomes behind anybody when he 15-2? But that don't even make sense. How the hell you 15-2 and somebody say you overrated? What the hell kind of sense did that make? He 15-2 and everybody, the ref cheating for him. As if you didn't see games where Lamar Jackson and the Ravens didn't get calls. Come on, stop. It was game when my Atlanta Falcons got called, and I was like, yeah, we got away with one. So stop it. Stop all this nonsense talking about the Chiefs got to look, they got lucky and the refs are doing this for them. Man, please stop. End of the day, you deserve to get preferential treatment if you the champ. If you're the champ, you deserve preferential treatment. So if you just so happen to get a call, you deserve it. Period. Hey, Chris. If you are the champion, you deserve preferential treatment. The end. And nobody can convince me otherwise. And that, like I said, that really is. And that's the truth. He don't run enough. One thing I like about Josh Allen's game right now, I still don't like how he be trying to run over dudes like Cam Newton. He's going to shorten his career, but I do like how he runs for first down. He only runs with a purpose now. They're running the ball a whole lot more than they did before, and that's why I think the Bills are a real threat. They are a real threat. Their defense is the defense. They got a good front seven. So do not be surprised. Like that Ravens and Bills game, don't be surprised if they can't come out with it. Don't be surprised. Those guys are playing some hella ball. And the only thing about the Ravens, for me, is their safety. The safety and Hamilton, I believe his name is, their safety, he's playing more like he's the guy that is the communication guy. So ever since they played him a little bit more, like Jesse Bates as a free safety, they played a lot more. But like the front seven been up and down for the Ravens. As of late, they've gotten a little bit better, but yeah, it's gonna be a good game. The Bills and the Ravens. I think Michael Penix is going to be a surprise to a lot of people. Yeah. Like I said, that kid is making a lot of anticipation throws that is not. And we're talking about like that's a lot of anticipation throws from him that I'm saying that is not. This is not normal for a young quarterback, and he's doing this consistently. And that's what I like most about Michael Penix. And obviously, you know what Michael Penix and the way the NFL is going, they're prioritizing quarterbacks that can move around in the pocket a little more. We see that he can get into the zone and use his athleticism. Like that's what he can do. And that's what I love about, evolution of this Atlanta Falcons offense with him at quarterback. So I love it. Dude is straight warrior. He played through injury. He earned his contract. I don't see the issue in saying Lamar is one of the best quarterbacks, but he's not elite. I mean, of course, that's what I'm saying. Lamar is not elite. You can't not win a championship and say you're elite. That doesn't make sense. Elite quarterback do things that other quarterbacks haven't done. And the only quarterback that is elite right now who can say that they deserve that money is literally the quarterback, the one and only. They're going for a damn three-peat right now. Are you fucking kidding me? We're up here talking about Lamar being the elite quarterback, and we got a team up here could possibly going for. Man, come on, think about what we just said. These dudes about to go for a three-peat in football, y'all. Are you kidding me? Think about that for a second. It's gonna be a hell of a game. The defense first matchup. Yeah, like I said, look, it's gonna be a good game. I can't wait. I can't wait for this game. Like I'm super excited. I just hope the Buffalo Bills come ready defensively. And I need James Cook to come out and do his thing and run the ball well. If they can control the clock, I think they can keep the Ravens under control because it'll force him to be a quarterback. So if the Bills can control the clock, it'll force the Ravens to rely more on their passing game and less on Derrick Henry. But if they end up, if Lamar comes out and they make some big time plays right out the gate, passing the ball, could be a long game for the Bills because Bills always kind of but even that's kind of because the Bills been a lot of shootouts this year. There's been a lot of shootouts. So that's why I said like Josh Allen has had a wonderful year himself. But it put him past Brady in terms of GOAT talk. I mean, look, absolutely. There's never been a quarterback to start their career out as well as Patrick Mahomes. There's never been a quarterback. You look at his numbers, like this dude, if he can pass for another 12,000 yards, this dude is already a Hall of Famer. Like if he retires right now, Patrick Mahomes is a Hall of Famer. That is how insane this guy's numbers is right now. Like this dude has 3 championships in 8 years. If he retires right now, he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, this dude is insanely good. And for a guy like Steve Smith to utter those words, there's no guy better than him. I don't care what he meant. Like you shouldn't even say that about anybody outside of Patrick Mahomes. It's disgraceful and it's despicable and it's disrespectful not only to the game, to the fans, but to Patrick Mahomes himself. You should be bowing down and kissing this man's feet as a quarterback, especially as a wide receiver. You should be bowing down and kissing his feet. How great this guy is at the quarterback position. You should be bowing to Patrick Mahomes and his greatness. There's never been a quarterback as good as him to start out his career. This dude is having a down year and he's 15-2. Come on, bro. I think Lamar Jackson is finally comfortable in his offense. That's why you're seeing him throwing a ball a hell of a lot. But on top of that, the Ravens' offensive line and that running game is so elite. Like he has clean pockets. He has clean pockets. He can make throws. And a lot of times he have, 3, 4, 5 seconds. None of his wide receivers are being doubled. Ain't nobody think about doubling none of his wide receivers. Nobody. And how you doing, Hattie? You said last year was a down year for him. Won Super Bowl, and he doesn't have to do much. And that right there, that's what I'm talking about. He knows how to win championships now. Patrick Mahomes don't care about no damn numbers right now. If he cared about numbers, he would have went to Andy Reid and went to the front office and said, "Hey, bro, give me a wide receiver. I need me a superstar." Because he done learn how to win. That man don't care about numbers. That man has learned how to win games now. And we up here praising Lamar Jackson for not winning nothing. He ain't won nothing but them regular ass MVP trophies. So when we talk about, you talk about a guy in Lamar Jackson, whether or not he's having a good year, of course he's having a good year. But we have so many other players right now in the league that are having exceptional years. Josh Allen, like nobody even bringing up his name. It's disrespectful what they doing Derrick Henry right now. He's the only reason why these guys have won a lot of their games. Look, I've seen Derrick Henry take over at least 5 games in the fourth quarter when the offense in that passing game has stalled out. And they said, all right, Lamar ain't doing, like the passing game ain't doing it right now. Let's just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. I've seen it. I've seen at least 10 games this year for the Kansas City Chiefs when they couldn't run the ball. Patrick Mahomes getting hit time after time. Every time he dropped back, he's getting hit. But he's checking the ball down for 5 yards, scrambling for 3, 5 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, time and time again. They're not making no big plays, but Patrick Mahomes knows how to win games in those key moments. Continuously getting 3, 5, 7, 5, 5, 5. Getting 10 yards on the scramble, 5 yards on the scramble. I've seen this year from Patrick Mahomes. When these guys could not look, we're talking about a guy that have a big play. Like we see it time and time again. Lamar couldn't make a play in the playoffs. This past game, we saw it. They had 300 yards passing in the first half, 300 yards total in the first half. Lamar looked like he looked great. Then the second half, they made adjustments. And they said, you know what? We can't pass the ball right now. Let's just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. He'll win it. But nobody's saying Derrick Henry is the MVP. 187 yards, and everybody talking about Lamar Jackson is the greatest quarterback in the league right now. Man, please. Y'all, this is disrespectful to the game, bro. This is why wide receivers and players like to be traded, because of stuff like this. Their contribution to the team don't matter because it's all about getting the quarterback his accolades. This is exactly why wide receivers like to get traded. This is exactly why defensive ends and defensive tackles say, hell no, I want my money. I'm not taking no pay cut. Because all y'all want to do, even if I get 20 sacks in a year, y'all want to praise the quarterback. Even if we have a top 10 defense. Oh, no, the quarterback got us to the Super Bowl. Just tell me when I'm lying. Tell me when I'm lying. This man has had, at the very least, in his 8 years, have had 5 top 10 defenses every year, and he still hasn't made the Super Bowl. With the top 5 rushing offense, and still hasn't made the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles have a top defense and a top rushing offense, and guess what? They made the Super Bowl. The same recipe right now is getting them to another opportunity to get right there. I don't see people saying the same thing about Jalen Hurts for putting up that damn near the same numbers Lamar was putting up. Ain't nobody saying he's a GOAT. Ain't nobody saying that. The Philadelphia Eagles scheme offensively is almost identical to what the Ravens are doing. Tell me when I'm lying. Tell me that Ravens and that Philadelphia Eagles, the recipe to their success isn't the exact same thing. All they do is hand the ball to Saquon Barkley and play defense. Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. Yeah, he'll definitely be considered one of the GOATs. if he can complete this three-peat, look, I think he's already there, man. Like I said, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks play. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks play, and I no quarterback has gotten like started their career like Patrick Mahomes. There's very few quarterbacks in the league that have started their career like that. Lamar, and the crazy part about it, this is why this man is such. This is why he's considered the GOAT by quite a few people that aren't ready to admit it. Patrick Mahomes has beat everybody. He's been one-on-one with Tom Brady, Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and he's beat them all. Beat them all. Look, Lamar hasn't done that. You talking about AFC championships? Look, Joe got him one time, but like Lamar, look, he's still looking to beat somebody. If you look at who Lamar has gone up against, as far as quarterback is concerned, doesn't quite. I mean, he's beat Russell Wilson. Come on, bro. No disrespect to Russ, but like he's not on the Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes. That man said CJ Stroud. No. Ain't nobody think about no CJ Stroud being the best. Yep. Three playoff losses in 8 years and no less than the AFC title game. Come on, bro. So when we talk about Lamar Jackson, the NFL in its entirety, it's like, like we got to be honest, man. And I'm not telling people not to be fans. I'm just telling people to be fans, but be honest at the same time. And a lot of us, they won't admit that they literally trying to get a paycheck, because that's all Steve Smith trying to do. He's trying to get a paycheck because he played with his buddy, just like everybody else. He played with his buddy Lamar in Baltimore, so he's trying to get a paycheck off of Lamar's name right now. See, so many players doing that type of stuff. You only saying this shit because you played with him and you trying to capitalize off of his big name right now. It's funny that a lot of these players won't bring up the fact that Lamar is he's a loser when it comes down to the playoffs. It's funny that they won't even bring that up. They'll bring it up with Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers and all those guys, but they won't talk about Lamar being a loser in the playoffs. They won't. Oh no! Don't dare do that. Don't dare bring up the fact that Lamar is losing and losing and losing. Don't you dare bring that up. That's blasphemy. It's blasphemy when you bring it up for Lamar. How dare you talk about Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens being losers? How they can't get to the Super Bowl time and time again. It's been about 5 years in a row where it legitimately had an opportunity to win Super Bowls and have the talent to win a Super Bowl, and yet they failed. They didn't even make it to the AFC Championship. How dare you talk about that? Put Matt Ryan on that Baltimore Ravens team with a defense like that, a top 10 defense each year. I guarantee you'll have a minimum of 2 Super Bowls with Matt Ryan. Give Matt Ryan that same type of game. I mean, you see what Jared Goff is doing with a good running game and a good defense. You see what he's doing. That's what happens when you put a real team around players. A real team around players. And then your quarterback can actually make plays. So my thing is, I've said this time and time again, be honest about Lamar. Just say you're a fan. Just say you're trying to make money off of this dude's name. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. Do it. Everybody making a little change off of this man's name right now, Lamar Jackson. But don't sit up here and say no blasphemous bullshit like he's head and shoulder better than any quarterback in the league right now, because that's not true at all. I mean, yeah, outside of Miami, everybody tried to trade up for Matt Ryan in that draft. Like I said, you give certain quarterbacks a defense, a running game, and a top offensive line. This man done had that shit for 5 years straight and still ain't made the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson had a top 5 offensive line, a top 5 running game, and a top 10 defense every year and still hasn't made it to a Super Bowl. But I'm supposed to believe that he's an elite quarterback. I'm supposed to humble myself. I'm supposed to humble myself and bow down to his mediocrity, and mediocre play. I'm supposed to bow down to a guy that can't make it to the Super Bowl. Not win it, make it. And that's my thing. Just make it to the Super Bowl. I have nothing else to say. No one to have nothing else to say if Lamar does what he's supposed to do. And I think that's the thing. I enjoy all styles of football, quarterback play. I tell people all the time, my play as a quarterback was closer to Lamar Jackson and Vic than anything. So it ain't even a foul. It ain't even a matter of the style that I like. I just look good. I just love good football. I don't really care how I get it as long as I get it. But like I said, what I'm seeing from Lamar, he's not getting any better. I'm seeing the exact same things over and over again. When I hear quarterbacks say stuff like, I'm going to lose weight so I can get faster, he ain't serious about the quarterback position. He's trying to run, nigga, run. That's what he's trying to do. Look, I'm right there with you, Pete. Like, he got to win. Like, bro, you can't be up here talking about, I got 3 MVPs for your Super Bowl. Man, look here, man. What the fuck you gonna tell people? Look here. You got 3 MVPs, but you're sitting here talking about, man, look, man, see this, see what happened, War. Huh? You got 3 MVPs, though. How you gonna explain to Joe Montana that he ain't even make it to the Super Bowl, but you better than Joe Montana? How you gonna sit down and have a conversation with Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan is a future Hall of Famer, and say, man, see what happened, man? See, man, oh, man, oh, man. See, this what happened was. How you gonna have a conversation with Tom Brady talking about, see what happened was? And I heard that too. His mama told him to run. Huh? No, quarterback is most position. The quarterback in key situations need to make key plays. Lamar don't make key plays in key situations. He needs to be able to make that big play when they need him most. We saw again this past week. We just saw it. They started the game off well, and then got to the second half of the game, and then if it really wasn't for the mistakes and Pittsburgh's inability to run the ball, they would have been right back into the game, because the second half of the game, Lamar didn't play well. We saw it. Lamar did not play well. He had 175 yards passing in the second game. So, like I said, elite quarterbacks make elite plays when it matters most. They don't depend on Derrick Henry 20 carries in the third and fourth quarters to seal games. Great quarterbacks, elite quarterbacks, seal the game themselves. Themselves. Let me say that again. Themselves. Do I think Lamar can do it? I think he can do it, but I haven't seen it. Y'all don't think it's ironic that Lamar Jackson never really made it this far? I really can't say he made it this far, because it's still going. Do y'all really think that the Baltimore Ravens would be in this position at this particular juncture without Derrick Henry? Let's be real. With the Baltimore Ravens, with the MVP, if you take Derrick Henry off of this Ravens team, do you think he's still the MVP? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lie, Marquise. Whatever wins the game, do it. You don't believe that. Do you think he wins the MVP without Dave? Do you still think he is the same quarterback at this particular point without Derrick Henry? It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. We look at Lamar, just like I don't think he's the same quarterback and the same player with Derrick Henry on this team. Because I haven't seen a lot of growth in the passing game at all from Baltimore. It's the same recipe, and it's a recipe for success, what they've created. But I haven't seen the growth from Lamar Jackson as a quarterback. I've seen the growth in Josh Allen. I've seen it. But as far as Lamar, have not seen it. So we'll have this discussion again. We got a show tonight. 6-man K Styles. All right, head over to 6MK Live. Again, 6MK Live. Check out his channel. We're going to have a nice conversation. Y'all going to like tonight's show. So, appreciate everybody for joining your boy. Like I said, man, if you guys enjoy these takes, again, just around the league, every quarterback, like I said, we don't have to just talk Atlanta Falcons. We just talking ball in general. So, tell all your people, even if they're Dallas Cowboy fans or whatever the case may be, leave a comment on this channel, on any video, about what you would like us to talk about live show. Because like I said, it's a long season, long off season. Still got the playoffs. And we're going to continue to give you guys nothing but the facts, the stats, and the truth about every aspect of football. So with that being said, truly appreciate everybody for continuing to support your boy here at Mad Mike Sports, Mad Mike Network, the Unholy Alliance. And like I said, you ain't got to like it, but the facts, the stats, and the truth, they are that, whether you like it or not. And that's the bottom line, because Mad Mike said so.
Put your eyes back in your head.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The Unholy Alliance has arrived.